All right, good evening and welcome to the Litchfield Recreation Commission meeting for tonight, August 27th. It's a little after 7 o'clock. Apologies for the late start. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Moving on, we'll have a call to order. We have Judy Brennan, Secretary.
Present.
Mike Bosky, member.
Present.
Andy Ruggles, member.
Here.
Chris Burns, head chair. I'm here. Vice Chair Peter Ames is running a few minutes late, but is slated to be here. And absent with notice is Steve Weber, Jeff Town, both members, and Selectmen's Rep Steve Gang. Next, we'll have the approval of minutes from August 13th. Did everybody have a chance to review those minutes? Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Any changes? Didn't see any.
Nope.
All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Abstain. Oh,
Passes 301. We'll open up public input at this time. No members of the public, so we will close public input. All right, so for facility and field requests, we have a couple here to discuss. The first is Plex softball requests. They just had a change to their plan. Originally, they had requested Wednesday nights and Sunday nights, two of the Plex teams. The LGSL softball teams are all slated to practice on Wednesday nights, so the field will be full and they have the first shot at the field. So the Plex have both decided to move to Thursdays and Sundays between 5 and I think it was 7:30, both nights. So I've already given them the go-ahead for that. I don't think there's anything we really need to vote on that since they were already approved previously. It was just a change of schedule, but we'll make it official. After that, we have Litchfield basketball requesting Talent Hall for travel practice and games between October 23rd and March 23rd, Mondays through Fridays, 4:45 to 9 p.m. and Saturdays 7:30 to 2. The COI is expired, but she did send up.
yeah, I got the new one.
Did send the new one. Do I have a motion on that request?
So moved.
In a second.
Second.
All right, any discussion?
Just to note, Trixie did say once the registration's done, the teams are formed, she'll let us know what the availability is and willing to work with Christmas in Litchfield and Boy Scouts, any other special events that will go on.
All right, anything else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, passes 400.
I'll reach out to her.
Thanks, Amy. All right, so now we'll move on to old business. We'll skip over the CIP at this time since Peter's going to be discussing that when he gets here. So, Secretary, the election was tabled the last 5 times. Did you?
So I talked with Peter and Chris, and I agreed I will just do it as I've been doing it with the minutes and the through March, because that's when we vote on a new board. So I'll do it through March, but come March, I want out of the position. So I have to be officially nominated and voted in. I've been doing it anyway, but we have to make it official.
All right, I'll nominate Judy Brennan for secretary.
That's how I got into this mess with you.
Might as well keep it there, huh?
I will second.
All right. Any questions, comments, concerns?
Well, no one's going to have concerns because they don't want to do it.
You're doing a great job, Judy.
You are doing great. Thank you for continuing to go for a little while longer. No, it's a lot of work. So, all right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
No, abstain, I'll abstain.
I almost said it too quick for you guys. All right, passes 3-0-1. Up next, we have the repair to the slide at Roy Memorial Park. Judy?
Because Steve has been really busy with the Board of Selectmen and he's been doing some traveling for work, I offered to take over looking into the slide for him, because it would be nice if we could have it, a new slide, and have it in for the Fall Fest in October. So he gave me the contact information. I reached out to that person with the dimensions of what we have. There's a possibility of we could get a slightly used one. I did look at some other outside pricing to get an idea and make sure that it was in the same ballpark as what others would cost. So we're looking between, could be $8,000 to $11,000, like 9 to 11 for a new, but there's the possibility we may be able to get one that's slightly used but still in good shape, would pass inspection for a little less money. So I just wanted to update you. I'll send you the specifics when I have them.
$9,000 to $11,000.
Yeah.
For a slide?
For a new slide that size.
Plastic? That's
I think
wild.
it's,
It actually has an elevator
yeah.
option to
Oh,
it.
it's
Like,
crazy.
you can actually go up
Like
and
the
down it.
little ones for the little kids toddler playgrounds are like $4,000, $5,000.
I gotta get into the slide business.
We need those old metal ones that used to burn you out.
So it would include that attachment square thing at the top. But anyway, so as soon as I have those estimates, I'll send it out to you guys. So then hopefully we have something for the next meeting and we can figure that out.
Thank you. Thanks for taking that over.
Yep.
Next, we have the town hall shed, also Judy.
So, when I was there, I had Jay come with me to take a look at the shed to see what his thoughts were on, is it sturdy or, and I'd like some of you guys to look out my Jay.
Which shed exactly?
The one with the,
Right-hand side or? the
yeah,
other
where we
side?
store, not the old snack shack one. But he thought that the framework was pretty good and that, possibly just a new roof on it. And we probably need to lay down new plywood for the floor.
The one on, like, as you go in, the one on the right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wood
The
on the
roof has a
outside is not rotted
gaping
out or
hole.
anything.
No. I mean, we're talking about salvaging it now? Like, just,
It doesn't seem to be in that bad of shape other than the door and the roof.
I mean, the only thing that's really in there is the snow blower, some chairs and some tables, right?
the floor's still fine? There isn't
I think
rotting or anything
we
like that?
probably need new plywood, which is minimal.
The ramp could use some work.
The ramp, the
I
door.
mean, I repaired the
plywood.
ramp like 4 or 5 years ago. Like, I put 2 new pieces of wood right on top of it, so it must be, like, I haven't been there
That's disintegrated.
since. But yeah, that's what I mean, like, it's,
I think if we did a new ramp, we would have to do something better than just wood, because it would just, with rain and snow, I don't know if you can do one with Trex or what. But if you guys want to knock it down, but if one or two of you could just at least go over and check it and make sure it's not still good if we just replace the roof, because that shed that size to replace is going to be
Agreed. Yeah,
expensive.
that is gonna be a
I
lot.
thought we didn't
Gonna
need
be more
it,
expensive than a slide.
right, well, maybe.
Yeah,
Not
it will
really.
be. Maybe we could get, I'm looking into
Do we
some.
need a shed? Do we still need it?
I mean, yeah, we do store stuff in there.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 30 tables in there and probably
There's fishing
200
a lot of the
chairs.
fishing derby stuff is in there.
it would be nice to have.
The smaller shed on the other side, I think, is too small
Thanks for coming.
for everything we have. That still could be used maybe by Spirit of Litchfield if they
Softball was
don't.
talking about
Or
using that
softball.
for storing the
Yeah,
tarps that they bought.
it belongs to softball,
The tarps
it was
they bought
the
for
old-
fields.
Yeah, could
They-
softball get that out of there, please?
but, that hasn't sprung a leak. It's got some shelving for storage, it's sturdy. But we can't fit our tables and everything in there. The lock will have to be replaced, because we had to cut that open to see what was in there. Nobody remembered a combination or anything.
Is that as much as a slide too, or?
A lock? A lock? No, the lock is gonna, But if somebody goes over and checks that shed,
Yeah, I mean, I've been in it, I haven't inspected it, but I've been.
well, Jay was looking at the frame and tapping at all the walls and stuff, and he just thought it was the roof that needed to be replaced and then maybe new plywood for the floor. Yeah, a shed that size gotta be like 20,000 or more. If it's truly, just to get somebody else's opinion. Whether we can maybe get someone to do the roof at a discounted price if that's what we need, and then,
There's a couple of
Some kind
roofers
of
in
ramp.
town, aren't there?
and then,
Just call them. see if
something
that's-
other than plywood for a ramp.
See if it's worth salvaging.
I mean, if you're gonna put
Yeah.
a roof on it, at that point, like, it's a shed. Can we just put a metal roof on it so it
Yeah, it lasts
goes forever? Yeah.
So, but before, and I can look into some of the roofing, but I'd like another or two opinions. People go over, check out the walls and the frame and see if you feel that's still sturdy. Plywood for the floor, new plywood for the floor wouldn't be a crazy
You know, you're
price.
talking a few $100s.
Yeah. And then a decent ramp that I think won't rot out in the winter. So, I just thought if one or two of you guys could go over, check it out, knock on the walls, I don't know.
Yeah, I can-
Figure
I
out
can
if you
take a
think
look at
Be
that's,
there tomorrow,
all right.
because my son has soccer.
So
tryouts.
can you just throw us your opinion?
I will gladly do that.
All right.
Non-professional opinion will be
Yeah.
given.
Well, I don't want to say, oh yeah, it's sturdy, and we put on a roof and it collapses. But,
Just a bunch of termites holding hands.
so, do you want me to, are you serious about the metal roof and checking the prices on that?
I mean, the metal's gonna last longer than a normal roof, but, I mean. if
But will it
you put a-
outlast the
you put
shed?
a regular shingle roof on it, it's gonna outlast the shed, so.
Probably outlast the rest of my life.
Maybe I'll last talent? Oh, maybe not.
Okay, good shingles.
Alright, yeah, I mean, we can look into it. I don't know if a metal roof is cost effective, but.
Probably not.
Alright, anything else on the shed? So up next, we got the ropes course.
Groundwork is completed, tree is down, everything is pretty much cleared under the ropes of what they needed. The ropes course can be opened, but the part where the tree fell won't be inspected till October when he has to come back from Indiana or wherever. So, on our part, we're done with everything that needs to be done. The only thing is we're gonna wanna create some type of facility use request form, and the school will have theirs so that we know when someone's on our property other than the school. If they choose to let somebody use it. So that they would have to fill out and deal with payment through the school.
Even if it's just a notification to us.
Can we just add
Or
it to
just-
the request form as a site?
We could, they'll be the ones who have to request the insurance and the certification and everything. Or, yeah, we could ask them to just notify us.
Yeah, I think that
So
would be.
who's
sufficient.
responsible for requesting it? Is it through rec? Is it the school or the user?
No, if a certified instructor wants to use the course, they would have to get permission from the school.
Right.
I don't know if
Is
the
it
school would
that comes
charge.
to the rec to notify us, or is it the user?
Yeah, the school would let us know, I guess. We can just ask them to let us know, and then we don't have an issue where someone's using it who we don't know, and we're trying to drill a well and.
Yeah.
But the groundwork, we did all our part. I did a couple walkthroughs with the inspector, and so that should be good to go.
Okay,
I'll touch base with the school
thank you.
facility use.
Up next, we have the tennis courts nets at Sawmill. So last meeting, or the meeting before, I forget which one, we voted to approve up to $500 to spend on new nets for the two tennis courts at Sawmill. Those nets have been ordered, so I'd like to vote to get reimbursed the total of $476.75, which includes the two nets, the two center strap tie-downs, and shipping.
So moved.
I'll second.
All right, any comments, concerns, questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, passes 401. Thank you. Up next, we have the outdoor AED at Sawmill.
So, Paul Kelly got back to me on pricing, and he said, it's not available yet, but, soon through the state, they'll be offering them, or they can get a discounted price like they did on our first aid stuff. He thinks it's about $800, might be $900 for an outdoor one. We can either get, I think it was North Conway, I saw like a heavy-duty plastic covering that it can go in, and he said he has seen metal ones where you just open the door, and I told him that like end of October through the winter we would be bringing it inside. It wouldn't be left out there. Fortunately, EMTs were there when there was the medical incident. They were already on site when the AED was needed. The person was non-responsive. They were already there. So with the one at Talent Hall, a couple nurses did their own training with pickleball LPA, a few training sessions, so they all know how to use the one inside Talent Hall. I'm assuming if we let them know, there'll be an outside one that they would do the same type of training. So, I mean, we've been looking at this for a while, so I just finally heard back. Paul would order it through, I think, Town Hall, and we would have to reimburse them. So I don't know if we want to vote on an amount today, so when it does come through, he can just get, take care of it right as they become available. So he thought about 800. Maybe we say if we want to do it 9 or 950.
Say-
We could probably use some of the money pickleball donated. I don't.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to fund the AED, purchase of an AED,
Yeah, outdoor.
up to $1,000.
Second?
Any questions, concerns?
If it's really $800, that's actually a really good price.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
thought it was more like 1,200 last time we talked.
Honestly, it's,
Yeah.
they're more like 1,500.
That's what
Yeah.
I thought, yeah.
So that's why he was waiting till the state has them available.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if that covers the case too, we can get the case. If not, we can talk about that.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, passes 500. Up next, we have dumpster replacements. Andy?
I talked to Dave. He said he was going to get a locking dumpster down at Roy Memorial. I'm not sure if that happened yet, but he put in the request to the dumpster vendor, and he was going to get a new one to replace at Schaefer Field because the locking mechanism broke there. So I haven't been down to check either.
So it's a locking mechanism, so tell me more about that, like for the clubs that are trying to dispose of stuff, does it inhibit them? Do they need like a key
They
or
would need
code?
the code to the dumpster,
Okay,
which I know baseball has for the dumpsters at Jeff and Schaefer. Somebody would have to put a lock on it and then choose a code.
Last time we had to buy locks, I bought a 4-pack, so I have one left that's an indoor, outdoor, or weatherproof lock with the code on the bottom of that. So we have a lock we can use once we have it. I don't know if you remember, we had the option of either.
Have you seen?
One in Sawmill?
I know at
I mean,
Roy.
at Roy, yes, it's been replaced.
Oh, it has?
Yeah.
Okay, so we just need a lock.
There might be a lock on it. Last time I went in, I went inside.
He said if there is a lock on it, they may have come with a lock on it. They just picked it up and moved it somewhere. You can cut it off and
Okay.
And,
There might be a lock on the top. I was able to open the side and put trash in it.
got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Maybe the side opening stays open? Because I think it's meant to so someone can't throw a couch in there, right? Or,
Right, yeah, I don't think it's a big deal if the
Tires or-
side stays open.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that after we use it, we close it to keep critters out. But
Yeah.
I mean, you got to take the lock off for them to dump it, right?
No,
No.
no.
when it tips up, the mechanism releases and it flops open.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not
You
sure.
tilt it back up and it locks itself back up.
So yeah, if you have a spare locks, we can.
Yeah,
cut
I
it
have
off
one
and
left.
put one on.
But will it open for them? Is that,
Yeah.
Mhm.
When they tilt it up, it flops open.
but even with our own lock?
Yep.
Okay. I think I may have it right in my car. So,
Because our lock is on the
Once-
side, not the top.
They don't have a lock. So it's like it has like this bar on the side with a cable that comes out,
Yeah.
and there's a mechanism in there. And when it tilts up, it allows that wire to come out, and
Yeah.
the bar flips down, allowing the two lid things to open.
Right.
And then when they flop it down, it flops back up,
Yeah,
and
but
it locks it.
I'm asking, so the lock we're putting on is on the side, the slider.
No.
No,
it's on the
that's
bar.
what attaches the steel cable to that bar.
Oh, okay, now I follow. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's on the bar to prevent anybody from pulling that down to lift it up and break big stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, and they're not like completely, airtight,
Yeah,
but
but,
it prevents the honest people dumping a TV in there or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, they just leave it out by the side.
Yeah. That's what happens over at
Yeah.
Shaver.
Yeah. All right, thanks for looking into that.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so moving on, we got new business, the flooring at Talent Hall.
question.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
I know. I
Oh,
was
yes, yeah,
tardy.
sorry,
Yeah,
yeah.
CIP if I could. Just an update on that. There was a meeting of CIP on September 16th. And thank you, Chris, for being able to attend that. They recommended we provide some pictures of our requests, like just the needs. So for example, Talent Hall, we have Talent Hall itself, as well as the floors, tennis courts. So we need to gather those in the next couple weeks. So
Okay.
just send them to you?
yeah, if you could, yeah, that'd be great. If we could collect them, we can package them for you,
Yeah,
Chris.
we can make a whole list and package together with the photos and requests, we can present it then.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I can grab them, obviously, but as folks are out the next couple weeks,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I'm at the tennis court, let me just grab a couple of pictures of the cracks, that would be helpful. And we'll prepare that for CIP.
Perfect. I'll be down there to put the tennis nets up.
Just so we're clear, it's at Talent Hall, and so the playground is one thing, correct?
Yeah, so I can send the list back out again, but it's the, what we put in, like 7 or so.
Yeah, I can't remember everything. I just want to make sure
Good
we're
idea
all
to do
covered.
that.
Yep, I can recirculate that.
I probably have it somewhere.
Anything else on CIP? All right, so we will, thank you, Peter, for putting that together. We'll move on to new business, the flooring in Talent Hall. So, pickleball, to circle back to this, pickleball is requested, has been in discussion about inspecting the floor and seeing what we can do to improve the floor that's in there, to see if the structure is even sound to put anything new in there or to redo anything. So I've met with a couple of companies. The first one is the same company that did our pickleball courts down at Sawmill. Their proposal was for $39,976.71, and that includes basically laying a mat down over the existing hardwood and installing a tile floor system, perforated tile floor that's kind of like a plastic material. I know pickleball had some feedback on that, and it's not the most ideal playing surface for them. I haven't spoken to basketball to get their input on that, but there was another company that I met with today that looked at it a little more in depth. Looked at it a little more closely. We had the hatch open, poking around underneath and everything. The structure underneath seems solid. I mean, there's no rot or damage that we could see. But he had two suggestions. The first, we took a measurement at the hatch of the existing hardwood floor, and that's just over a half an inch thick. So he said it's most likely started out as 3/4 when it was installed, so it's been sanded a couple of times, come down about a quarter of an inch or so. He said he believes they can sand it and resurface it again, rather than having to lay anything over that. So he gave me a quote for that, and then he also gave me a quote to actually rip up all of the hardwood, all the maple that's down there, and put in a solid surface over the existing subfloor, which will help level it, get rid of the dead spots, that type of stuff. So to refinish the floor, was $23,600. That would be to sand the floor, 5 different times and apply 2 coats of oil-based seal and reline the ports, as existing. And then apply 2 more coats of oil finish. The next option was for the matte synthetic gym floor. So it includes the new surface, the removal of the maple boards, securing any of the subfloor down to the frame, installing the new surface, which is actually he showed me a sample of it. It's kind of like a mat that goes down with a roll on top of it. Then it gets painted over, and then they paint the lines on it. So that was $64,700. So I think the next step is to show these to pickleball, see what they want to do. I'm not sure what their budget looks like. I know it's out of our budget to do any of this, but that's where we're at right now. But at least with the good news, looks like we can salvage the hardwood if we really want to go that way. And the frame underneath, at least from what we could see, looked okay. Any questions on that? Mike? Comments, concerns?
No, how many walls can we take out at the same time? I mean,
that's better prognosis than I think what we've had before, so
Yeah.
that's good. It's the same old question, right? Are we throwing good money after bad? But that said, I don't know that Talent Hall is going to be replaced anytime soon. It's got some pretty significant issues with the dead spots, it being uneven. So, I know this is a bit further down the road, but resurfacing, I don't know how interested I am in that because it'll look nice, but I think the structural problems that impact play would still be there for both basketball and pickleball, right?
Not with the mat, and not with either one, because they'd find the dead spots and fasten them down.
Even with
So
just
they're
the
more secure.
even just the sanding and polishing?
No. That refinishing will take down any of the warping.
Yeah,
It's not gonna level out the floor.
Yep.
And it's not gonna solve the dead spots.
right.
Right.
Yeah, so if we do that, it's kind of.
And my
half
concern
step.
with that too, it's gonna look awesome, right? And then it's like, well, now do we limit what activities are in here? So
It's gonna look
it's
awesome.
gonna,
but
yeah, if you
You know,
redo it, it's gonna look
Graphics.
awesome anyway, so they're all gonna, like, no matter what you do, you're gonna be in that quandary if you really wanna think of it like,
yeah,
if it looks awesome, are we gonna limit the activities? Well,
I mean,
No?
we already kinda limit the activities that go on. and
Right.
there's-
Yeah, but you're
there's only
gonna
so much
want-
space we can use.
Yeah,
real baseballs and softballs banging off the brand new floor, marking it all up, like,
I didn't think we were supposed to be using real
No, we
baseballs and
weren't.
softballs
I
in
know
there
it's
anyway.
happening, but the rec commission had made a decision, I wanna say like up to 10 years ago or more, that had to be indoor. Like your squishy softballs and your squishy baseballs, indoor balls were not supposed to be thrown up against the walls or used on the floor because they cause damage, paint chips.
got it.
So,
So, yeah, I mean, at this point, I think we share it with the leagues and see what they think, and if there's anything we can do, I don't know right now what.
You can share with pickleball, you can share with basketball, see if, anyone wants to donate to it. And, it's only like the resurfacing's only like twice the slide, so it's
yeah.
pretty close.
Yeah, right.
But the resurfacing and resanding doesn't solve any of the issues we have, it just looks nicer.
Well, no, it'll solve some
It'll make
issues.
the
It'll
floor a little
solve,
safer,
yeah.
it won't be nearly as slippery,
Right.
that floor,
Okay.
you can't.
Yeah, that is slippery.
Nice one.
the one live spot, it's fine. The rest of it's dead anyway, so.
Okay. It is very slippery.
Yeah, it is very, yeah, and they haven't put any new sealer or anything on it, and I don't know how long. So, yeah, it needs some help, for sure. All right, next up, so staying in new business, a couple of other items. We have, I sent out a text message to the group. The Conservation Commission approached us about splitting the cost for some tie downs for the tractor and the trailer. So our burden would be $115 for those tie downs. Just wanted to get approval for that.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Second.
I'll second.
Questions? Conversation? And all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, so that would come out of the general equipment category in the budget. And then next up, another new item, the Plex infusion fees for the field use. So I've been working with both organizations. I put together a little spreadsheet. They've gotten back to me on their records for days that they use the field. Looks like the Fusion is claiming they've used the fields 12 times over the spring and summer, and the Plex have used it 11. So for Fusion, it's a $300 fee, and for the Plex, it's $275. So if everybody agrees to that, we can send it over to the admin for invoicing.
Yeah, I mean, you would know with softball fields if that was,
I mean, I look back at their requests, and I know they didn't use them half as much as they requested it, because they were basically, at the time of their request, they didn't have their actual practice time set yet, so they were trying to block what they could.
yeah.
And then it never came out. I know, I think it was Jeff had an idea that, you know, if they don't, going forward anyway, if they don't relinquish times that they requested and they know they're not using them, then I think that we can probably look back at that, but I think at this, we kind of got to take them at their word for this year as a jumping off point. Yep. So, I mean, both organizations, I have been happy to work with both of them. I know the Plex has already booked more time for the fall. And they've both made comments to me that they'd love to use the fields again next year if they could. And they both do a good job of taking care of the fields and the equipment that's down there. So I think I'm pretty comfortable with it.
Okay.
Do we need to make a motion for that? I don't know if we do.
I don't think so.
No, okay. So I'll work with the admin and get those invoices out. So moving on to other, we have a reimbursement to Judy, $29.94 for spray paint under the ropes course.
Yeah, so I had reached out to Chris to get approval for that. Any stumps that are under there, in order to pass inspection, had to be spray painted so they're visible from the ropes course. They can't be dug out because there's, like the other trees will kind of cave in because it's such soft ground and pine. So, we might want to formally vote. I know you have the authority to give that okay, but I wanted to get it all done so our part was done.
Yeah, I mean, it's already been approved.
I have one can of spray paint left if we need it. I can put it in the closet at Talent.
We vote for the reimbursement approval, right? The funds have been approved.
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
So we gotta vote for,
So then, yeah, the reimbursement is.
All right, I'll make a motion to reimburse Judy $29.94 for spray paint.
Second?
any other questions, comments? You know, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, passes 4-0-1. Up next, the Sons of Liberty event, October 5th. Oh, no, what is it? Spirit of Litchfield.
I think of it as something else.
I mean,
My God.
so many things, the acronym is.
Yeah.
All right, Spirit of Litchfield events, October 5th, Fall Fest, December 7th, Christmas in Litchfield. Are they requesting more?
They're already approved.
Already approved,
Just,
okay.
I usually list anything upcoming.
All right, perfect. So the October 5th one,
I think it's like 3 to 7 is
couple
the
more
actual.
meetings before then, right?
Yeah.
So we'll probably just want a representative or two down there to help out when we can.
Yep.
We can discuss that at the next meeting or two. All right, so for emails in September, Judy, October, Steve G, and November is Mike. And the next meeting dates are September 10th and 24th,
24th, yeah, I have them wrong on the agenda.
and October 8th. and
October's
22nd.
correct.
Did we make sure October was correct, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Any other business to bring up? All right, hearing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. This meeting is closed. Thank you very much. Have a great night.